I slept in. Nobody's watching me anyway. Who cares? Alrighty. Okay, so slept in this morning. That's okay. Because we are chill. We are fine. It's Wednesday. Emma's done school and has completely thrown us off because we get to sleep in, which is great. What next? I have lots to show you, but half of me wants to sort of wait around until people show up, I guess. Even though I know enough of you watch this later, which is fine, totally fine. I would watch it later if it were me too, because I just like my tea in the morning. Anyway, I did get some new things in, just a few things, but just random stuff, starting to restock some things. You don't need to see a pack of needles, right? That I already carry. See? Sometimes it's just boring, but it has to be done. But if you are watching, one thing I do have is I had made that wonky Christmas tree sampler. So I made a layer cake out of the leftovers. It's got 33 in it. So you can have it for $30 if you're making something similar. It's just a bunch of white squares and a bunch of green squares and all Christmassy themed. $30 and it's yours. Come see me. You know where I am. Okay, so I'm eating my breakfast of chocolate. Those should give me the energy for the show. Even Jeannie's here. Wow. Okay, so last week in the newsletter, I put in the recipe for this fudge. And I had somebody message me later and say, "You're terrible. This fudge is fantastic." I'm like, "Well, I know." And I'm surprised more of you hadn't heard of it because it's a can of condensed milk and a bag of chocolate chips. Melt them together in a bowl in the microwave, pour them in a pan. Wait. That's all it is, really. If you have like extra chocolate chips, sometimes I throw them in there too, just because I would want it a little firmer. And this one I put coconut in. Be good with like other additions, like whatever you like in your fudge. I like a smooth fudge most of the time. A little bit of coconut's fine. Just thought I'd do it for difference. Just for difference. See, I have been up for so little time. I can't even talk right. As Danielle from Chloe's said to me one day, "You speak English so good. Is it your first language?" It's so terrible. Anyway, yes, maybe someday you can watch me screw up grammar in 2 official languages. That would be hilarious. Oh, let's talk about new stuff because that's way more fun. I made a joke the other week about I don't carry buttons because I don't want to count buttons for inventory, and then I ordered some buttons. But the only buttons I ordered were the carrot noses, because occasionally that's the only kind of button you're really looking for is carrot noses. Because you're making a snowman, you need noses. I'm gonna hang that up right there. Other new things. Die catchers? What? Wash your mixed colors with confidence. This is for when you are washing some quilt maybe and you didn't pre-wash, or you've noticed that maybe it was donated fabric and you thought you washed it, but the dye is still running. Put one of this in with the load and it sucks up all that extra dye. Really good for that. Throw that out of the way. And one of the suppliers I went through, and their point of sale merchandising. Isn't that a boring name? Anyway, so those little goodies that are by the cash register in all the other stores or whatever. So I grabbed a few because who doesn't want $1 seam rippers? Yeah, and they work. They work decently. They really do. It's $1 for a seam ripper. Chuck one in somebody's stocking with their extra things. There you go. Also, Emma has sorted these all by color, of course. Thimbles. Lots of thimbles. Oh, there's a yellow one too. 3 sizes, 5 colors. And these are the plasticky silicone ones. I'm putting them on the wrong finger. There we go. They fit really good. I like it on that finger so I can still feel with this finger. Not that I do much of that, but that's how that works. Or if you're super fancy, mother, you could get a thimble in rose gold. Those plastic thimbles were $1. These are $4 for the discerning quilter in your life who likes rose gold. Also comes in 3 sizes and likes to fall out of the box. And when I move it around. Oh, there it is. Super professional. Oh, super professional. My mom's going to call later and complain. Oh, God, you're flipping me off in the middle of your video, Andrea. What are you doing? Okay. And our third option for color and tone guides. It's a nice color wheel, and it's got the piece of red plastic in there for tonal value, so you can see the lights and the darks and the contrast in your fabric choices. This wheel has the cutout windows here. That's what's fun about that one. So lots of options and that's only like $10. So it's a inexpensive option compared to the options that we have available in our shop. And I totally didn't introduce myself, but oh well, if you're watching, you probably already know. And Heidi likes my shirt today. Yes. Now onto the fabric. Oh, I hate this time of year because the fabric suppliers are like, hey, we got some stuff, extra stuff, or it's on sale and stuff. So all these are 16 a meter. I did get some Valentines, but I figured I wouldn't scare you with the Valentines yet because, yeah, I ain't make it through Christmas yet. So this is the controversial one, the Cannabis Fabric, but it is smaller leafed and a little more distinguished and less in your face. I keep telling the story about a Persian fern. You just call it a Persian fern if you like. Years ago, my mom worked with a lady who, I don't know if it was the lady herself or if it was a relative of somebody who she worked with. But anyway, her son asked her to keep a plant for her over the winter because of reasons. And he said it was a Persian fern and she needed to be really fussy with it. And he really wasn't usually this fussy with plants, but he was taking such good care of this one. She wanted to do a great job. He's going to come pick it up later. So she took care of his nice Persian fern for him. She was very impressed with herself. It's a Persian fern. Yeah. Not a Persian fern. Yeah. Okay. Better fabric. I think Emma tried to walk away with this one. It's a nice galaxy. This is much nicer. It's got the blues and the teals and the purples and the stars. I think it's digitally printed. It feels like it. It's very, very nice. And the colors are indeed this vivid. Back to small things. They had a bunch of tiny prints on sale. And I was like, I wanted one of everything. But 2 things usually stop me from ordering. One of them is the room that I don't have left. And the other thing that stops me is budget. Ugh, I know. I have fabric warehouse taste on a boutique quilt shop budget. But we have puppies. We have puppies. Aren't they cute? Cute little doggies. Nice and subtle. Nice well, they're cartoony, but not too cartoony, and they're actually quite detailed. So there's those. I had a fit of productivity yesterday. It was so funny. I was like, I can only be productive every other day. I did a buttload of work, but I had Emma being my cheerleader and bribing me with cookies. Got some stuff done though. Went to bed early, but other than that, this one I was kind of excited about. And it's playing cards. Because if you're making, lots of people around here play cards. You need to stick this in like an I Spy quilt or make something for your favorite card player. Maybe you got bridge night. Maybe your husband taught you how to play crib, but he still beats you every week. Like me. I'm terrible at cards. But anyway, here you go. I'm really good at solitaire though. So if the other gamers in your life, the other gamers, not that kind of gamer, this kind of gamer, Huh. Haha. Can't wait to see how well this does. Bingo balls. You need to make a little bingo bag. Go to the bingo hall. You got bingo balls. 16 a meter. Heck yeah. I got to start cutting these up in fat quarters too. I mean, that's not a bad design either. It's just, nice dots that have numbers. I think they only go to 11. They go to 11. Turn it up to 11. Under the B. 4. Okay, so here's the funny part. Because I ordered things from that supplier recently and I got over a certain amount, they sent me another bolt of mask panels. So if you are still making masks, and especially if you're making them for charity, please come see me because I will flat out give you a panel towards your cause. That is that. I did go through those fast, like 10 minutes. Woo! See, that chocolate worked wonders. Okay, everybody sip their tea. Okay. The other thing I was going to show you, I can't really show you because I didn't really set it up, but if you pop in, you'll see my cutting mats. I've been trying to clean them, and they're stuck. One of them's stuck down on the table, so it doesn't move. So it's not like I can just pick it up and go throw it in the tub to get it hydrated again and get all the fibers out of the little cuts, because they do say they're self-healing, but it's kind of a misnomer because you are making little tiny cuts in the plastic surface. You'll make deep cuts if you cut really deep. And what happens is you'll get fibers from what you're cutting into those cuts. So as long as you can get the fibers cleaned out, the cut magically looks like it goes away. And it doesn't. I got stuck reading the comments. Now I'm distracted. Cuts in your thing. So what you have to do is, like, because I've got black lines on mine because I was cutting a bunch of black fabric, so all these black fibers are stuck in there. And I've been looking for the best way to get those out. Sometimes I'll take like an X-Acto knife and just try to slide it off, or scrape it with my like rotary cutter blade, or get like a little scrubby sponge from the kitchen. And nothing's been really satisfactory for me. And I read a tip to take one of the art erasers. This is a gum eraser. Yeah, one of these. But a nice, firm eraser like this. And erase the lines. Because basically you're just rubbing the fibers out of the crack there. And you know what? It works. You get a lot of eraser dust everywhere. So you got to sweep that up when you're done. But oh my goodness. They just I got bare spots on here. Like right smack in the middle. You know. Right there. I did this bit right here. And not that. Whoops. And not that bit. You'll come in and see it. I'll show you. So as long as you have a nice firm eraser and you rub really hard, I mean, this is only it's not going to take it back to new or anything, but it'll keep you from cursing the thing and chucking it across the room, maybe. Nice. So the other thing I was going to talk about today, which I didn't get stuff ready for. Oh, terrible. I did a lot of stuff yesterday. Some of it was even on my list. Actually, some of it was on my list for a long time. It was embarrassing. One of the things I was going to talk about today was Christmas quilts and decorating with Christmassy wall hangings and things like that, because a lot of people just seem to have a hard concept. They just make quilts for the bed. And why would I make a Christmas quilt? You make a nice Christmas quilt so you can cuddle up on the couch when you have company over, or it's like Christmas everywhere. Because I say you do Christmas 2 ways: Martha Stewart or tacky. Martha Stewart, self-explanatory. Everything looks picture perfect. Magazine layout, super tacky. Christmas just threw up everywhere. Yes. And in the shop, in the front of the sales counter, where I have hanging up quilts to cover my mess, I have a quilt I call my ugly Christmas quilt. And I say, every time I say, hey, have a look at my ugly Christmas quilt, people go, it's not ugly, it's beautiful. I'm like, it's just the name, like ugly Christmas sweater. So what happened was my mom found either at a yard sale or Global or Value Village or something, because she would go around to all those pre-COVID. Is it bad when you know which day they put out the new stuff? Because that would be my mom, and some of the employees know her by name. But anyway, this one time she found a bag of fabric. People donate fabric. I do. And it was a bunch of Christmas fabric, and most of it was cut into squares and rectangles, actually, and some bigger pieces. So I took out most of the squares and I just made 4 patches. There was like some greens and reds in there. I think I had to go through my stash a little bit. So, and I got like a 9-inch size block out of all these squares, threw them all together. Took some of the odd size, like half-yard pieces of obnoxious Christmas prints, sewed them all together so it was big enough for the back. Just did diagonal X's through all the squares. Boom, it's done. But it is a great Christmas quilt. We had that on a recliner next to the stove, and everybody who came over, if they sat in that recliner, they got right under that quilt with the Christmas spirit. I'm telling you. So it looked Christmassy, and it didn't matter if we had it out in August. Not that we ran the stove in August, but you get what I'm saying, right? Keep Christmas with you all through the year. Sesame Street song. So the other thing I like to do is make little mini wall hangings. So I discovered this year that I have a lot of Christmas decorations, but a lot of the decorations are to go on top of things like flat surfaces. I don't know about you, but if we have a flat surface in this house, it gets covered with paper and things. And in this house, there's way less of them. So don't have anywhere to put those things, but we do have wall space. And I put up wall hangings all over the place. They help insulate your wall. They help decorate your wall. So yeah, just some random little wall hangings. Just put them up on the walls. I even put one in the bathroom. It's not going to get wrecked in there. I mean, it's a bathroom. I'm going to take it down after a month, and there we go. So you could use up all your little Christmassy scraps that way, and it looks pretty, and you get to practice. And you don't even have to go looking for a Christmas pattern. You could just use one of your favorite blocks. That looks nice. You could use your favorite table runner pattern. Drink. Use your favorite table runner pattern or your favorite placemat pattern, and just sub in your Christmas fabrics that you didn't know what to do with. Yes, they go together. I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, they go together. If it's red, white, and green, throw them all together. It matches. You're fine. Believe me. Yes, like I said, Christmas 2 ways. Martha, tacky. Just lean into the tacky some years. It's just great. Just Christmas everywhere. It's fan-freaking-tastic. Whew, what a morning. Glad I didn't put my hoodie on this morning because it's been a wild ride. So yeah, Christmassy stuff all over the place, like little runners and on the walls. And I had this big urge to even take some. I joined like a mini quilt of the month club a few years ago, where one of the pattern designers had released a new pattern for a mini quilt for however many months it was. So, and I still have all those. And some of them were holiday themed, not a lot, but a couple of them were pretty easy. And I was just thinking, you know what? Sometimes I do color studies or with like a small wall hanging. And by a color study, I mean I want to see how these colors work together in a quilt. Just do something little, just do solids or prints, but just stick to like a particular color. Like the one I'm thinking of, I just used a bunch of blue solids. I just wanted to throw them all in, see how that worked. It's just a little blue wall hanging. But I keep looking at it and thinking, I have some scraps of that really nice Christmas fabric that I super, super love. That was all pastels and pink and red and a sagey green and a chocolatey gingerbready brown. Yeah, it was not Daisy Hill, Bunny Hill. It was Bunny Hill line from a few years ago. And I still have the, scraps about this big. And I'm like, I just want to make one more little wall hanging out of that. But it doesn't have to be like a Christmas pattern. It can just be, 9 patches. Still looks Christmassy. We'll figure out what to do with it later. I'll just slap it on the wall, slap it on the table, do something. I know now you have visions of me decorating for Christmas, and I'm just like, everybody, hurry, throw things out of the box, slap it on the wall, slap it on the wall. Garland everywhere. Some years it has gone like that. Some years a little calmer. Oh, I'm a cute fabric nerd, apparently. I'll be right back. So this was just around the corner. So This was just like a regular table topper pattern, but I just made it in Christmassy fabrics. See, totally works. Little octagon-y thing. I haven't actually hung it up. I brought it out, but I haven't decided where I'm going to put it yet. But it is cute, and I quilted it heavily because these are really good to practice your quilting on. And your binding. So yeah, stuff like that. Super fun. So that's your idea. And funnily enough, I get most of my Christmas sewing done in January because it's usually people say Christmas sewing and they mean like Christmas gifts. Yeah, no, I don't got time for that. But I mean like Christmas sewing, I'll sew things for Christmas for next year in like the December holidays and January, February. That's a really good time for me to catch up. Just keeps that Christmas spirit going a little bit longer. I know. I'm ridiculous today. I need more chocolate. So put on your grocery list a bag of chocolate chips. You could get like the fancy ones or the really good ones. Or you could get the extra ones, like the mini Reese's and a regular thing. But I wouldn't melt the mini Reese's in this one. I'd sort of like add a little bit later. Make this fudge and tell me how is it later, maybe this summer. No, I don't do videos in the summer. Maybe in the spring. I'll give you my lemon square recipe that I call hateful lemon squares because it's so good you'll hate me because you'll eat like the whole pan. It's really that good. So, yeah, Christmas is coming. I went out last night to do errands. It was terrible. I never want to go out in public again. That's how I feel about it right now. Some new things are in, some new fabrics. I'm just looking forward to inventory so I can start. I'm cleaning some stuff up in here and rearranging things. And I just have to sit on my hands some days because I want to start moving things around. But I'll have to wait. All right, I'm going to go because I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for your patience. All our lines are busy right now. That's my phone voice. This is so fun. Time to look for a chocolate orange, says Heidi. Yes, Terry's chocolate orange, holiday tradition in our house. Feel free to tell me about your weird and wonderful traditions in the comments. I will read them later. Funnily enough, my mom would get me to get my father a chocolate orange for Christmas every year for quite some time until one year when I was an adult, he finally told me he didn't really like the chocolate oranges. Thanks, Mom. Anyway, he does like chocolate though, so I'm totally getting him some chocolate this year, among other things. Anyway, I will talk to you later. I will shut up now and put stuff back and have another cup of tea. Okay, bye. I'm just gonna say goodbye. Don't even know where my music went to. La 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 la. Goodbye. Hope you have a better start to your morning than me.